Hey, Dave here. Thought I'd jump on here real quick and do a posting for a thread that I saw earlier by Randy Weaver. And he picked it up from a guy named Craig. I don't usually watch Craig's channel, but I watched to see what his thread was about. and it's just about horses on album covers, and or if you have an album cover with the word horse in the name. And I thought I could do it pretty easily. Although I thought of a few that I had on CD, if I couldn't, come up with something all on vinyl. Not that I think that it matters, but you could probably do it on cassette too if that's what you have. But I came up with 5 albums. Here's the first one. It's used to date a gal actually. He was talking about the Kentucky Derby. There in Kentucky, and I used to date a gal from that town, Louisville, I guess that's how you say it. I think I pronounced it Louisville at first and was corrected by this gal that I knew. It's Louisville or Louisville. See, I can barely say it now, but anyway, she was really into horses and bred horses, and was a barrel racer at one time, and met her through AOL way back when I had AOL. But nothing ever became of that relationship, which was probably for the better because we were pretty different people actually. But anyway, back to the albums. It's a pretty big deal if you live there in Louisville though. And a lot of people turn out for it. It's sort of a major event for them. But this first one is Carole King, Thoroughbred Gap. And it's on the back too, has a horse. This isn't Carole King's better album, and I've always liked her first album best of everything that I've heard by her. You know, the one with You Got a Friend on it, which is a duet with James Taylor. But this has actually got James Taylor on it, along with John David Southern and David Crosby, Graham Nash, and James Taylor. Tom Scott is on here, plays tenor sax and soprano. Leland Schuyler plays bass. Russ Kunkel. Danny Kuchmar plays guitar. You know, a lot of the California guitarists are on here, or California musicians are on here. And it's also got the insert has a picture of her with the horse on it. So yeah, it's a pretty good album, but for me, yeah, like I said, her first album is the better one for me. This is Stephen Stills' Thoroughbred Gap, which again, I wouldn't probably consider this one of his better albums. I like his first 2 or 3, and then of course the one that he did with Manassas. But this has some pretty good songs on it. It's got a song on here, Midnight Rider by Greg Allman. And let's see, Not Fade Away. I think I haven't heard this album in a while, but it's got Not Fade Away on it by, I think that's the same version that the Grateful Dead have done, along with many others. And I think that may be it, but yeah. Thoroughbred Gap by Stephen Stills. This is Then Play On by Fleetwood Mac. One of their better albums, I think, along with Blues in Chicago. And this is one of their earlier albums from around, I think, 68, 69, somewhere in that era. And it's got a gatefold by the band in it. This is when Peter Green was still in the band. And yeah, neat album. It's kind of got, of course, blues is on it. It's got Rattlesnake Shake is on it. It's got, blues songs, and there's a bit of psychedelia on here as well. Of course, there's the back. But yeah, neat album if you've never heard it by Fleetwood Mac. Quicksilver Messenger Service. This is Happy Trails, which is the song taken from Roy Rogers, his old show way back when. I'm sure it was kind of tongue-in-cheek for Quicksilver Messenger Service to do that song on their album, but they did a lot of things like that back in the late 60s era. Here's the back cover. Of course, John Cipollina is on it. This isn't my favorite Quicksilver album, actually. This is the second one, I think. But I really prefer, Just for Love, the album that they recorded there in Hawaii. I believe it's where it was. And then after that, I like the first album real well, which is just a pretty good album. But yeah, these are long jams. There's like a long jam on the first side, which is Who Do You Love? Which I think is taken from an old blues song. And I can't remember the blues artist that did that. And it's not credited on the back. But yeah, and then the other side has some songs as well. They do credit Dale Evans with Happy Trails, which is just ends the album at 47 seconds. So yeah, Quicksilver Messenger Service. This is King Crimson's Lizard. And as you can see, it's got all kinds of animals on here. Here's some elephants and what else is on here? Oh, all sorts of different animals. But here's the horses right here. Let me see if I'm showing that right there. Yeah. And like I said, this album is from King Crimson. And one of their better albums. Actually, I still like this to listen to this album from time to time. There's some horses on the back of it too, right there. And inside cover, which I've always liked, has this kind of odd wallpapery type swirl to it. It's even got the lyrics, but yeah. Good album by King Crimson. Of course, I like all their early. I like most of their albums, but you know, the first four, I guess, are maybe my favorite. So yeah, that's Lizard. Kind of jazzy, kind of progressive. Yeah. And then we've got Balaclava by Pearls Before Swine, which was a British kind of folky album. You can barely see the horse, but here it is right here, sort of emaciated, being real skinny. And this album cover has always reminded me of something like from Bosch, but he's not credited on the back. They credit somebody called Back Cover Drawings by Jean Cocteau. Okay. Well, let's see, that says back cover, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's not who did the front cover. Let me see if I can see on here real quick. Well, it says cover concept by Maureen Kentz. So that leads me to believe that she didn't do the cover. Maybe she just picked this cover. But yeah, they were kind of a folk rock or folk inclined, folk rock, whatever you want to call it, band from Britain. And always love the little girl's portrait here. But yeah, they do a song on here called Suzanne, which was a song by, oh golly, if I can think of his name, Leonard Cohen. And it also has Joe Farrell, who does flutes on here, and English horn on Suzanne. Various instruments, flute, organ, piano, guitars. But yeah, I always like this cover, and really this may be my favorite Pearls Before Swine album, called Balaclava on ESP disc. And yeah, So there you have it, horses on covers. Hope everybody's doing well. It's already warm here in Texas, so I've already turned my air conditioner on. And so yeah, and I've also got bad allergies due to all the pollen and whatnot. But and we had a big, huge rainstorm come through here yesterday. It rained buckets, but anyway, it's nice out there today. So hope everybody's doing well, and we'll talk to you later.